Hi, I am Dr. Julie Leventhal, and I am professionally a senior lecturer here at the University of North Texas in the College of Education under the Department of Educational Psychology. And personally, I'm going to be answering these questions because I also met my long-term partner through the means of online dating, so it's kind of a fun little background and experience with that also. I'm going to pull out some questions and try to answer them the best that I can. I will pull from my own experiences, from experiences that I've heard my students kind of comment on, and then what research and the internet and good old social media says as well. So, first question. If someone isn't right for me, what's the best way to let them know? So, especially within an online dating context, it's nice that we have the opportunity to just be able to flat out be honest with them and say, hey, this isn't really working, or I'm not really feeling it the same kind of way that you might be feeling it, and so it gives us that opportunity to make it a little bit easier to just say that. The problem with that is that sometimes people can kind of take advantage of that and maybe tell us too much, or be a little bit in our face of like, hey, I think you're really needy, or I think this is happening or that's happening, or something along those lines. And so it can be kind of tough to have that conversation online. And so we might also do that phenomenon that's known as ghosting, which may not always be the ideal way, but sometimes that may be what needs to happen, where you simply remove yourself from that situation and you might not even say anything to begin with and just kind of, stop chatting with that person or stop responding. But you can also just be really direct and say, hey, you're not really totally what I'm looking for. What is a safe place for two people who met online to meet in person for the first time? So, funny little anecdote about this. When I was going through online dating, somebody once told me, they were like, why do you actually go to dinner with someone? Or why do you go to a meal that's so long? You have to spend like an hour with that person. And what if you don't like them? And I thought, oh, good point. So a lot of times what people recommend, and it wasn't just my friends who were saying this, I've seen this in a lot of different places, that they're saying places like coffee shops or really easy kind of minimum type environments where you get like a very quick kind of like coffee, tea, something very simple. And then you have a little bit of a meet and greet in that public place, and then you can leave if you don't like it so much. Obviously, public places are a really good idea. They're safe spaces to meet with people, places where there's other individuals around, but still you can have some private moments. I know I see so many first dates happening at coffee shops around the square in Denton. How selective should I be when swiping right? There's kind of two camps of people out there. The first camp are people who just swipe right on everyone that they first find physically attractive. And there's nothing wrong with either of these ways of thinking. So it could be that you're just like, oh, I really like their eyes, or I really like something specific about them physically, and so you just swipe right on everyone. And then when you match with someone, you then go to the profile and find out, okay, is this really a compatible match? That's camp one. Camp two, the other side of it, is to be very, very selective in your initial swiping. So read the profile, see like, okay, is this actually going to be a good fit? Even though you might find them physically attractive, you might be pretty selective at the beginning. Again, that's also a good approach. There's no good, bad, better, worse here with this. It really just depends on what you are looking for and kind of how you're looking and how quickly you want to look, because swiping right on everyone gives you a lot of options up front, but swiping left or being a little bit more selective up front may make it to where you're kind of honing in and not feeling as overwhelmed.